What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of the season 16 premiere of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Long anticipated premiere of this season 16 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So if you haven't seen it, turn this video off and go watch the episode. And then come back and watch this review. Like the review, please. Subscribe to my channel. It's free. It's anonymous. It's a simple way to support my channel. It takes less than 5 seconds of your time. So if you want to support, then liking and subscribing is the best way to do it. And it is anonymous. I do not know that it's you, so I don't understand why I don't get these likes and these subscribers. I'm not a public speaker. I will tend to say and so and like 1,000 times. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. I'm going to be looking at my notes that I take throughout the show. Breathing will be a little heavy. Sorry about that, but it is what it is. Big as a whale over here. And anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. Also, comment below what you would grade this season premiere. What you thought about it. These new cast members. All that good stuff. If I forget anything, I'm off on anything, I leave something out, let me know in the comments. Or you just have your general opinions, let me know in the comments. I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm going to grade this season premiere. I mean, we got a lot of new, it's a big cast shakeup. We got a lot of new faces. And I'm going to be giving my opinions on those new faces. We got a few, we got a few old faces, of course. Had to keep some of them. Brung some people back. I'm going to give it, it wasn't bad. Like, I mean, I get that in the premiere episode, we gotta like explain what's been going on with people, and in this case, we had a lot of new people, so we had to do introductions and whatnot. So I'm gonna give it grace, and I'm gonna give it a B-. I feel like that's me giving it grace, but it can't be lackluster like this the whole season. I understand why it was the way it was this episode because of the fact that we got all these new people and whatnot. So I'm gonna give it a B-. So. Last chance, if you haven't seen the season 16 premiere of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Sorry, I was about to say Potomac. Turn this video off and go watch the episode so you don't get any spoilers. So before I start talking about the show, I want to talk a little bit about my first impressions of these newbies. So first I'm talking about Shamia, because she's not like a real newbie. She just got her peach. But she's always been like a friend of, whether it be Candy or Portia. And then that's another thing. Like, before I got pregnant, I was weed head. So I got smoke for brains. So some stuff I don't even remember. It could be a reason. I mean, that could be something that I didn't like about somebody, but I didn't forget because it's been so long ago. And Real Housewives of Atlanta went off so long ago, I don't even remember if it's anything about Shamia that I didn't like. But, I'm going to just go off now and treat her like I never seen her on the show before. As far as now, I'm liking Shamia. I like her personality. I'm loving her little family dynamic that she got going on. I don't like the little shady situation that she got. I don't like the little situation she had with Kelly and Portia. And I'll explain why once I get to that. But other than that, I like Shamia. She ain't rubbed me the wrong way. It's only the first episode, so we have to wait and see. Moving on. Angela Oakley. So far I'm liking her. I like how real her husband is. He ain't got no cut cards. He's telling her ass like, yeah, you need to go to the bathroom and check yourself out. She do seem full of herself, like when she was talking with the ladies and she was like, I'm Angela Oakley, the husband of such and such. You better get fact check that. And it's like, by all means, give your husband praise, but it just seemed like she said it in a moment where it didn't need to be said. So I don't know. She might seem braggadocious or whatever the word may be, but I mean, so far I don't really got nothing against her yet. And let's talk about Brittany. Brittany, she seems okay. Her and her 2 wedding rings. She seems okay. Didn't really learn that much about her. I don't see nothing wrong with her yet. She seems cool. And then lastly, Kelly. I like Kelly's whole family dynamic. I like her. I liked her introduction. She seems like a cool chick. She seemed like she gonna be the messy one, and you always gotta have one of those on the show. So I'm not against it yet. So as far as the whole thing with Portia, I'm not even mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. I'm liking her so far. So yeah, I ain't got nothing against Kelly right now. And then you got the previous cast members, the OGs, if you will. Cynthia Bailey. I always loved Cynthia Bailey. She always the level-headed one, cooling, don't do too much, don't need to do too much. Kenya Moore, of course. It was something about Kenya that I didn't like, but then her previous season, I was okay with her, but I can't remember what it was. But she came in hot this episode, and I already done heard online that she won't be here the whole episode because she gonna do some wild shit. So we ain't gonna have Kenya for long. Drew has always been cringy to me. It's all, I don't know, because it's like I never can. Drew is like a Mia Thornton from Real Housewives of Potomac. I never know when she's lying or telling the truth. She just do a better job at it than Mia Thornton. And then of course Portia, and I always loved me some Portia, but then watching her on Ultimate Girls Trip, the way she treated Candace with Giselle, I was just like, oh, I'm not feeling you no more. You a mean girl. I don't fuck with you no more. So I'm here for Kelly coming for her ass. And I don't got no problem with it. Keep coming for her ass. You like most OG one on this show, so of course they gonna come for you. And I'm here for it. I don't even care. Because I don't care for Portia no more after watching her on Ultimate Girls Trip. So, alright, so those are my little impressions. I even gave my impressions of the previous cast members, the OGs. But either way, that's how I feel about the cast members as of right now, this first episode. So the episode begins. We get an update on Portia's life, and she talks about her whole divorcing Simon and all the things. They show the blogs and they show the blogs and all the information that happened since she got married to Simon Gubadia. And she talks about how her and her daughter Pilar are still living in their marital home. And yeah, like I said, they just flashes are shown of everything she went through with Simon. The whole getting married to him and then thinking he's the one and then getting a divorce and all the green card situation and all that shit. I didn't even write that much. But we know we done seen all the stuff play out before the show didn't air. I'm surprised that all this stuff is even on the show. The show been gone off for so long. So then we get Shamia, and she giving us her intro, for people that didn't see her on the show as a friend of. She shows us little pieces of her $9 million house, and as we see it at the birthday party at the end of this episode, that's a bomb-ass house. Cynthia said that don't even got no address. It just said the royal estate or something like that. I'm just like, but the house is housing. That don't look nice. A bitch can't hate on that. Them girls was in there. They couldn't even hate on it. They ain't had nothing to say. Nothing bad to say at that. Should I say? She shares a little bit about her daughter, her youngest daughter, which she had through surrogacy and the complications that baby has. And she goes on to tell us how she met her husband. And the producers are like, Shamia, can you shorten it up? And she's like, okay, let me make a long story short. And then she goes on for another long-ass period of time. Talking about how she met him. Basically, she's saying she shitted in his bathroom and he still wanted to date her. So, then we get a little bit. She's sitting with her family, basically talking about her birthday party. And she talks in her confessional about basically knowing all the ladies except for Angela. And how she met them how she met all the other ladies. So then we go over to Drew, and she's talking about her divorce from Ralph in her confessional. Then Kenya comes over with her daughter Brooklyn. Her daughter Brooklyn goes to play with Drew's daughter. And Drew starts explaining to Kenya, and Ralph, they still living together, but Ralph has been banished to the basement. And then she says that she's not allowed to go down there to the basement. And she lists like certain days of the month where she has to leave the house. And I'm just like, what? And this is why I be talking about, like, Drew is so backwards for me. I don't be understanding what she be talking about. What you mean you're not allowed to go in your basement? So she says that they communicate about the kids through an app that I think she said was appointed by the courts, I think. She says that Ralph he be nasty in the app and whatnot, but it don't matter because the judge will see it all, whatever the case may be. She then tells Kenya that she has the opportunity to open up for R&B singer Tank in Detroit. Mentions that her business partner, or her partner, whatever, Dennis, who is Portia's baby father, she's saying, like, that's my partner. Talking about how he was passionate for music, and Kenya's like, well, how come he didn't never help Portia with her music? Shady as hell. Kenya's like, does Portia know that you work with Dennis? And Drew's like, yeah, Portia is okay with me working with Dennis. She says that Dennis got Portia's blessing before he even started working with her. So we're like, okay. So then we meet Kelly, and she gives her intro. She has 4 daughters, one who is turning 17, and this is the scene of her 17-year-old birthday. Her daughter's 17-year-old. Her daughter is having a birthday party, turning 17. She talks a little bit with her family about, being able to get divorced, being able to be divorced in 2 months. Her divorce will be finalized, I guess. She gives a little insight on her marriage. She was married to the guy for 11 years, and he's the father of her 3 youngest kids. She got 2 twins. She got a set of twins, and then she got another daughter, and then she got a 17-year-old. But they don't show his face, so I'm assuming he doesn't want to be filmed. Talks a little bit about where she's from. She says she's originally from Baltimore and moved to Atlanta in 2003 to start her restaurant, which is called Nana's Chicken and Waffles. And she goes on to talk about she has the award-winning maple syrup and waffle mix, and got a cookbook out and whatnot. And then she gives her daughter 17 gifts for turning 17, and they're all designer bags. And I'm like, if you got the money to spend it, then by all means ball out. But at the same time, I'm hoping that's not the only thing she gave her daughter was 17 designer bags. I was looking like, even if she deserves it, give her the 17 bags by all means, but give her something else that's meaningful too, and that have longevity, in my opinion. So then we get the same Portia meets with her attorneys. She shares in her confessional that excuse me, she filed for divorce when she did to protect certain assets. And she says that her and Simon share a 50-50 interest in the marital home that her and her daughter still reside in. And she talks with her attorney about the cease and desist that Simon has sent out, stating that he don't want her to film inside the house. And her attorneys say that, the courts have given her the right to live in the house, so they're going to file an emergency request stating that she can film in the house because she's ultimately not earning any money if she can't film in the house, like it's stopping her income. So then Portia, she brings up, I wasn't blindsided by any of this information about Simon. I always tried to ask him about it, blase, blase. But he would always not give her any answers. So she brings up, him not being a U.S. citizen, having a green card, his fraud cases. The list goes on and on, all the stuff that he's in the blogs about. And she says that the only way she felt secure was to enforce her prenup. And in order to do that, she had to file for a divorce. So that's where they are now. And she gets emotional. And she's like, she never thought this would be happening. She says Simon doesn't even want to communicate at all at this point. She just wants to move on. She's like, now he's making her look like the villain that he's saying she is. It's like, no offense. I mean, I get it. But at the same time, I would feel sorry for her if I still liked her, but I don't like Portia no more, so I don't really care. Sorry. So, Shamia, Kelly, and Brittany. This is when we first meet Brittany. We didn't even get like an introduction from Brittany for real. First time we seen her, Kelly, and Shamia, they meet up for drinks. They begin talking about Portia and her divorce, and Kelly is not holding back. She's like, Portia should have never took that girl man, talking about Fallon. And Shamia, of course, being Portia's best friend, comes to Portia's defense. She's like, no, Simon and Fallon had a very public divorce. And Kelly's like, but there was some overlap. So then they show these blogs that state that Portia announced her relationship with Simon 18 days after Simon and Fallon's divorce was announced. So it's like, I don't know if the producer's being messy or it might have been some overlap. I mean, everybody's thinking and looking at it that way. Either way, if he really loved his wife, he wouldn't have got with somebody so quick after the divorce if he really loved his wife. So it still makes people look at Portia. And then the way she say she got with him when she's saying she reached out and said, wishing you the best or whatever. That's weird too. So, they got to talking about Portia because Shamia was talking about her birthday party and she was saying, of course, Portia would be there. So now she's telling them that she also invited Kenya. And she's like, she invited Drew and she invited Ralph. Because she didn't know where Drew and Ralph were as far as commingling in society. Oh, sorry. Just gotta breathe a little slower. I mean, whatever. So, excuse me. So Brittany brings up rumors that Drew is supposedly dating Portia's baby father, Dennis. And then Kelly chimes in. She's like, Dennis was in my DMs talking about, you look too good to have had 4 kids. And then Brittany reveals that she went on a date with Dennis back in the day. He got her a diamond necklace. And they like, the necklace you got on right now? She's like, oh, heavens no. So, next, Shamia and Portia, they meet up for drinks, which is what it looks like is a strip club. And Shamia shows Portia a text from Simon congratulating her on getting on the show, getting her peach or whatever. Portia goes on and she's like, she basically calls Simon a nightmare. She tells Shamia, don't call him bro. He's not your bro anymore. So then Shamia tells Portia about what Kelly said about her. And Shamia's like, yeah, I just told Kelly she needs to get to know you for herself. And Portia's like, no, I don't want to get to know her. Like that ship is sailed. She calls Kelly's restaurant a chicken shack. Portia, I might not like Portia, but she be having some little funny remarks. So then Shamia tells Portia about Drew and Dennis. Dennis supposedly supposed to be hanging out. And Portia's like, can I pick my jaw up off the floor? So Portia says in her confessional that her and Drew are supposed to be such good friends. And, Drew is even the ambassador for her hair line, the Go Naked hair. And she's like, it's crossing the line for her to be dating Dennis, her child's father. So it's the day of Shamia's birthday party. It's raining and stuff. Shamia's singing a little harmony to her mom about it raining on the day of her party. I didn't know Shamia could sing. She got a good voice. She was singing too. I was like, okay, Shamia. I didn't know she could sing like that. Dare I say she might be a better singer than Drew? They're going to have to do a sing-off within the season. I need to hear it. And then we get this scene. Portia is on FaceTime with Cynthia Bailey. And they talk briefly about her divorce. And Portia brings up how Drew may be supposedly dating Dennis. So before Shamia's party starts, Kelly comes over because Shamia wanted to talk to her. She tells Kelly she was uncomfortable when Kelly was talking about Portia the last time they was hanging out. Kelly's like, she apologizes. She doesn't apologize for what she said. She apologizes for making Shamia feel uncomfortable. And Shamia tells Kelly, I told Portia what you said. And Kelly's like, I figured you did because she's online talking about me on the blogs. And then they show the clip. Portia calling Kelly Kale and saying she don't know the girl or whatever. And, excuse me. So Kelly's talking about how she knows what Portia's going through because she's also going through a divorce herself. Shamia tells Kelly, you just got to get to know Portia for yourself and not about what you read online. And she's like, and if you guys, and this is where my tiff with Shamia comes in. So she's like, if you guys don't get along, then, if you don't end up getting along, then I don't want to be in the middle of it. And I'm like, okay, so you saying if they don't end up getting along, you don't want to be in the middle of it. But you then started this conundrum by going back to Portia and telling her what Kelly said. So it's just like, I get girl code and that's your bestie and whatever, but you saying you don't want to be in the middle, but you starting stuff by going back and telling somebody what somebody else said. So it's just like, how sway Shamia? So that's why I was looking at Shamia a little bit with the side eye. I was like, okay. So now Shamia's party is starting. Ladies are starting to arrive. Cynthia comes in. This is when she makes the comment about this joint didn't even have an address. It just said the royalty house or something. I don't remember, but we getting to see more of Shamia's house, and so the producers are asking Shamia, "What does your husband do for a living?" And she's like, "He's an African prince." And then she's like, "Nah, she's like, he's in the HVAC business." And I'm like, "Okay, HVAC got a house like that." Nah, but HVAC, they make some good money. I was just like, damn, okay, HVAC. So, this is when we get to meet Angela Oakley and her husband, Charles Oakley. She gives her little intro. Been married to him for 8 years. NBA legend. She's like, I'm alpha female. I know how to handle my man, blase, blase. Okay. Kelly sits down with Cynthia to talk a little bit about the conversation she had with Shamia about Portia. Basically filling her, downloading her on what that conversation was about. So then Drew arrives, and the girls, they try and get all in her business, find out who she's dating. She's like, I have a few interests, nothing serious. And then Kenya gets there. And if I'm not mistaken, we find out that Kenya is still not divorced. I'm so surprised that Ashley got divorced before Kenya. But I could have swore I heard somewhere that her and Mark Daly was divorced. But maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. But I think in this moment she says that her divorce still isn't finalized. And I'm just like, are you serious? Real Housewives of Atlanta been gone off for so long. You mean to tell me that you ain't divorced yet? It's crazy. So now some of the ladies are pointing out how many girls in the group are getting a divorce. Kenya points out Brittany's wedding ring and that she doesn't have a wedding band. And And Brittany's like, oh, this is my second wedding ring. And Kenya's like, oh, so you got one from another man. And Brittany's like, no, this is just a second one, anniversary gift. And Kenya's just like being shady about Brittany having 2 wedding rings. So it makes Brittany feel a type of way. Kelly too, because Kelly said something in her confessional. But that's just what Kenya does. Probably don't even realize she's doing it. So Shamia makes her grand entrance. Everyone points out how Portia isn't even there yet. They show a clip of her at like 6 something, where she's still dancing in the mirror and shit. Ain't even got her wig on yet. And I'm just like, how did Cynthia get there? Cynthia was the first one to get there, and y'all was on FaceTime when y'all was both getting y'all glam done. How the hell did she get there before you, Portia? And you supposed to be her best friend. You supposed to be one of the first ones there. So they point out the fact that Portia isn't there. So then next, Shamia's husband surprises her with a new car, Rolls Royce Cullinan, priced at $430,000. I'm just like, these motherfuckers is too wealthy for this show. They need to be on Bling Bling Empire or something. I don't know, but anyway. So as Shamia's checking out her new car or whatever, Portia comes up. And I agree with, I can't remember who said it in their confessional. I think it was Brittany, but she was like, if that was me, I would have just stood with all the rest of the people and pretend like I was already there and just congratulate my friend. But no, Portia comes up and she stick her head all in the car. Hey, bestie. And like, yeah, you did good, Charles. You did good. And it's just like, girl, why? And a lot of people point out, like, a lot of the ladies was pointing out, like, you making it about you. Like, not right now. This is not the time to come up and try to give your greetings and all that while she getting gifted her new car. And the Portia claims that she was late because of the traffic. And I'm just like, if that's your best friend, you would make sure you would time yourself accordingly and make sure you get there on time. And then you get this part, we see this part where she goes in the room with Shamia so Shamia can change. And you hear the audio of her saying she apologized for being late. And Shamia kind of sounds like she over it, like, bitch, I don't want to hear it. There's nothing we can do about it now. So, then we get this little moment. Cynthia is telling Kenya about the whole Kelly, Shamia, Portia situation. And Kenya's like, why is Kelly mad that Shamia went back and told Portia? I don't think Kelly was upset. But yeah, if she was upset, I don't see why she was upset. Because in that moment, Shamia was defending Portia. And then, they besties, so why wouldn't you expect her to do that? But at the same time, with Shamia talking about she don't want to be in the middle, why would you go back, bestie or not, and tell her anything that was said? Because she would eventually see that you defended her in that moment. You just didn't come back and tell her about it. And then if she come at you about you not coming back and telling her about it, you can be like, well, hey, I defended you in that moment. But at the same time, I don't want to be in the middle. So I didn't come back and tell you nothing. Or maybe she was scared Brittany might have told Portia. I don't know. So, we get this final little moment. Kenya sits down with Kelly and Brittany, some of the other girls. And Kenya's asking Kelly why she was upset that Shamia went back and told Portia what she said. And as Kelly starts explaining, Portia walks over and joins the conversation. She introduces herself to everybody that she don't know, whatever. So then Kelly, she repeats what she said to Shamia about, she repeats it to Portia's face. She's like, I was just saying, like, why you still that lady husband? So Portia's like, really? This is how you gonna come off? This is what the type of introduction you want to give. So her and Portia are starting off on a rough start. And Kelly's like, well, you're not going to answer the question. And Portia's like, I'm not about to talk to you anymore. I don't want to talk to you anymore. So the rest of the ladies come over and they all decide to move to a quieter space to talk. So they go upstairs after admiring Shamia's elevator. And when they get upstairs, Shamia brings up that she wasn't invited to Drew's birthday party. And Portia was like, well, I was invited through Dennis. So then Drew's like, it was a surprise party that I had no knowledge of. She's like, but I did give my assistant all you guys' numbers, and I guess they chose not to invite anyone else. So then Shamia's like, well, speaking of Dennis, and she asked Drew, like, are you dating Dennis? And that's how the episode ends. We don't get an answer from Drew just yet. I guess we're going to get it in the next episode. And then we see Portia going off. But we can't really tell who she's going off on. They making it seem like it's Drew, but it could be somebody else. It could be Kelly, or it could be somebody completely that we didn't expect. But like I said, I would still give it a B- because I wasn't expecting much with this cast shakeup. I knew they was going to be doing a lot of introductions. We got a little drama. It wasn't bad. I mean, I'm liking the new characters, if you will. I'm liking them so far. None of them have rubbed me the wrong way yet. So, except for that one little thing with Shamia, but I could get past that because I understand the bestie code or whatever. So, but those are my little thoughts for this episode. And comment below what you would grade this episode, what you thought about this premiere. If there's anything I forgot or I was off on or I left out, just leave your opinions and comments and all that and grades in the comments for those interactions. And like and subscribe to the channel. I've been talking for 30 minutes. Well, take another 5 seconds and just hit the like button and subscribe button while you hearing me talk my way out of the video. It's anonymous. I won't know it's you. It's free. More Real Housewives things, related things would pop up on your timeline if you like and subscribe. So please like and subscribe to help my channel. Comment below to help my channel. And thanks for watching this review, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.